Hello, good evening. Welcome back for another important session. This is very important chapter. As you know that P block elements covers a very big portion of 12th syllabus, and group 16 is important. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium, these elements, and we have been talking about the electronic configuration, their occurrence, and some of the physical properties which we were studying. And what we have said when we discussed what I discussed ionization enthalpies when I discussed the ionization enthalpies, I said कि you have compare it with group 16 question was given in the exam and group 15. If we compare with group 15 and 16 students, what will be the result which will have a lower value of the ionization enthalpies when we will compare the two, which will have lower ionization enthalpy. First ionization will be lower in group 16 or in group 15. This is a question was given. Ionization enthalpy of group 16 and group 15, which will have a lower ionization enthalpy.
Six, group 16 will have a lower ionization enthalpy.
Why? Question is given why the group 16 ionization enthalpy is lower than group 15.
Sir, because group 15 have extra stable half-filled p orbitals.
Extra stable valence electron configuration. So it has extra stability because the configuration is ns2np3 and here ns2np4. They will become more stable after they lose one electron because it is completely filled. This is half filled then. Certain questions, whatever questions are asked without thinking, no question be answered in the paper, students. This is very important. And questions, when we answer, we have to be very careful. We have already discussed the various things like melting points and boiling points. The most important question usually are asked on oxidation states. So if I talk of oxidation states, what do you mean by oxidation states? What do we have? Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. And what is the general valence shell electron configuration? ns2np4, students. So what type of oxidation states you are expecting? These elements are short of 2 electrons. That means if they gain 2 electrons, then what will happen? If they gain 2 electrons, what is the result of that? If I add 2 electrons, what will happen? ns2np ns2np6 is a stable inert gas configuration. So what oxidation state we are expecting? -2. So -2, they will be able to form -2 oxidation states. The -2 means they can get 2 electrons. In fact, oxygen is highly electronegative, that you know. So oxygen, the on the oxidation number you have learned oxygen -2. Oxygen will get 2 electrons because it is a highly electronegative element. But the stability of -2 will decrease down the road. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Stability of -2 will decrease.
Down the group.
Why? Questions are asked like this. Why it is decreasing? Why it is decreasing down the group?
Uh,
Because of the increase in
Increase
atomic
in atomic size.
atomic size is increasing. Polonium hardly shows -2. Hardly shows -2. Only oxygen is the one which is showing maximum -2, and as you go down the group, the sizes are increasing, electronegativities are decreasing, electronegativities are decreasing. Therefore, student, what's happening? The tendency to get to -2 is decreasing down the group. So common oxidation -2, but it is decreasing. Then what else can be there, students? You are having NH2 and P4. So you may have +2, +4, and +6 oxidation states. Therefore, as you go down the group, what is happening? Oxygen is a non-metal. The elements on the top are non-metals. As you are going down the group, what is happening? What is happening, students? Down the group, the metallic character will increase or decrease.
Down the group, metallic character increases.
Okay. So what we are saying, metallic character increases down the group. Metallic character increases down the group, students. So as you are going down, the metallic character is increasing. Why? Everywhere inorganic is asking you a question and is asking the reason. Reason is what is required for everything.
So down the group, metallic character increases because the atomic size increases due to the increase in the number of shells. So it
Atomic
can
size.
easily lose electron.
Okay. Atomic size increases, therefore metallic character is increasing. It will happen in every group. It will happen in every group. Now the question is that the most common oxidation state are +4 and +6 students. And plus, as you go down the group, what is happening? What is happening? The stability of +6 decreases down the group. Important question is coming for the paper. And the stability of +4 is increasing down the group. What you are saying, the heavier metals, they will show +4 is becoming more stable than +6. That is the reason for the student down the group, what is happening? Down the group, why +4 is more stable than +6? Down the group, I am saying. For heavier elements. What reasons you are giving, students? Question we are asking so many times. This question so many times we are asking.
So this is due to the inert pair effect.
What happens as you go to the heavier elements? What you are getting? Why do we write the electronic configuration again and again and saying there will be consequence of the completely filled?
DNF orbitals.
What is happening? You have 3d, 4d, 4f. When these orbitals are completely filled, where they are completely filled, students? In heavier,
Heavier elements.
as you go down the group. So there will be inert pair effect. This one question is always there on inert pair effect. We are very familiar with it now. There should be no confusion. We have understood it so well.
So sir, if such a question comes in exam, we just have to write inert pair effect or we have to explain also?
Now, why should you explain? It is one more question.
Okay.
If they say what is inert pair effect, then I will explain.
Okay.
Question could be what is inert pair effect, then I have to explain. But when the question is why this is more stable than this, then I will only write it is due to inert pair effect. What my point?
Okay, sir.
It depends on the question which is given. So you are having -2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6. And questions like this, what questions like this? We are going to see something more in here. Oxidation states form very important questions in every group. In every group, few questions are there in every competition exam also, students. So we have to learn it. They will be there in the papers. We will be discussing almost all the questions in our lectures. All right. So what we are saying, what did we get the result, students? You are getting -2 plus 2 plus 4 and plus 6. And this is decreasing down the group, and these are also very common oxidation states. Plus 4 more stable down the group, plus 6 more stable up the group. Higher the oxidation state, more the stability, higher side, higher side. This is a way to remember the things, and we are talking of inert pair effect. Now the question is, when I say bonding, what type of bonding takes place in chemistry, students? Sometimes there are ionic compounds or your covalent compounds. So what will happen? Which will be more ionic? In which oxidation state you will get more ionic? In which oxidation state you will get more covalent? That is the basic question now. That's
Okay.
what inorganic chemistry is all about. But I'm talking. So we should know what type of oxidation states are going to show more covalent character. Tell me. Now the question is like this: which oxidation state will show more covalent character, or more covalent compounds are going to be found where? Lower oxidation state or higher
Sir,
oxidation?
higher oxidation states.
Okay, that means plus 4 and plus 6,
Plus 6.
they will be forming more covalent type
Covalent
of
compounds.
compounds. They will show covalent bonding. They will show covalent bonding. Why? Covalent bonding. Why? Why? Because what is the reason? Removing 4 and 6 electron is very difficult. It will require a lot of energy. So what will they do? You want to form plus 6 compounds. When I defined oxidation state, I said it is that value which is given, assuming the more electronegative elements gets the electron. Assuming, but can it possible to get 6 electrons out of any element? It is very
No,
difficult. How
sir.
much energy will be required? Too much.
Yes, sir. It is
So what they
impossible.
do then? They share.
They
When there
share
will
the
be
electrons.
sharing, what type of bond will be there? Covalent. But lower
Covalent
ionic
bond.
states can be, what lower? If you have -2 or +2, then we can say that there could be ionic compounds in this, because their lower oxidation states can be more ionic, and higher oxidation state will always be forming covalent bonds. So we understood in this case. And the most common oxidation for oxygen is -2. But in few cases you have seen peroxide, superoxides also. You have seen few peroxides and superoxides also. We'll see that later on, more about that. But mainly oxygen is -2 because it is highly electronegative element. But in OF2, what is the oxidation number of oxygen?
Sir, OF2, it will be +2. It will be +2.
So when you have highly electronegative element, what I'm saying, if you have highly electronegative element, fluorine is the most electronegative element. So with that, oxygen can be +2 also.
Okay.
Very few compounds will be there, but if something is more electronegative than oxygen, that is fluorine. That is fluorine. So with fluorine, it may form plus oxidation state. Otherwise, it is -2 in most of the cases. And sulfur, selenium, and tellurium usually show +4 oxidation states in their compound with oxygen. If you have sulfur, selenium, and tellurium, if they react with oxygen, you know SO2. What is SO2? What is the oxidation state of sulfur in SO2? SeO2, TeO2. What is the oxidation state here? With oxygen. With oxygen.
It will be
Oxygen is -2, and what it is? +4.
+4.
So +4 oxidation state is shown by sulfur, selenium, tellurium with oxygen students, as you can see. Why? Because oxygen is a highly electronegative element. Oxygen is highly electronegative. And if I have SF6, what is the oxidation state of this? What is oxidation state?
It will be +6.
+6. So +6 is their fluorine is the most electronegative element. So higher oxidation states by the elements are always shown with those elements, student, which are most electronegative element, which are strongly oxidizing, which can have a strong tendency to gain electrons. Then that case that we are talking about, usually oxygen, and after oxygen the highest possibility is fluorine. So highest oxidation state will be exhibited with fluorine in all, for all the elements, that we can say that. Even those compounds which are difficult to prepare may be prepared if I use fluorine.
Okay.
Organic chemistry, you know, when I was talking about the preparation of haloalkanes, I said direct fluorination is not done
Yes, sir.
because it's will explosive reaction.
Violent reaction.
So they are using what reaction they are using for preparation of um, fluorine. You have seen what is that Schwarz reaction. So they are
Yes, sir.
using different route to make those type of compounds.
Different alkyl chlorides. Yes, sir.
So we everything is connected. You know, the chemistry which we learn, it will be used somewhere. It doesn't matter organic, inorganic, or physical equilibrium. Wherever it will come, it will be used. Oxidation numbers are helping us a lot in understanding the reactions, because when we discussed the reaction of oxidizing properties of nitric acid, we have discussed how dilute nitric acid will react with copper and concentrate. It is a very favorite question, When concentrated nitric acid reacted with copper, what happened? What gas was formed? And when dilute nitric acid, nitrates, gas and water. So the difference was NO2 and NO2 and NO. So see the difference is how oxidation number helps us. Rather than cramming the reactions, we can understand them. That is the idea. Main thing, I always say that we should learn the chemistry. It helps us. Okay, this so far so good. Okay. Now the important questions are always coming. Anomalous behavior. I'm always saying anomalous behavior, unique behavior, students. Which element will have an anomalous or unique behavior in every group? Tell me.
The first element.
There is no doubt that first element. So there should be one question in the paper based on that, because this is always happening. Some trends are very important. So they will ask favorite questions for the paper. First element here is oxygen. It is very small in size. What is it? Small in size. What else you find? It is highly electronegative.
Highly electronegative.
Highly electronegative. What else you find?
Absence of d orbital.
Ionization enthalpy will be high.
Okay.
Always first element will have higher ionization enthalpy. Size high. Yeah. Then what will be the further result of this? What you are further saying about this? There is absence of
d orbitals.
one question will be there on absence of d orbital. Student, you can make it in your mind that one question will be there. You can say the answer will be only one word: absence of d orbital. That's all. Why nitrogen is not forming pentahalides? You have told it. So they don't have d orbitals. So how you expect the covalency to expand? In all this is all chemistry which we are learning. रट्टेबाजी थोड़ी करेगा, रट्टेबाजी से क्या होगा मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा. There are children who are doing it. Somebody called me, sir, how much I will cram? I said, you will cram nothing. Then I said, how will I give the paper of the chemistry? I said, by learning the chemistry. He says, who will teach me to learn? That is the question now. Whom from whom you are learning, that is your problem. You learn by yourself if you don't have anybody, but don't cram the things. Don't cram the things. I can't cram the books. Can I cram the books? How is it possible?
No, sir.
How many reactions are there? How many? Because sometime I am saying some memory is required, but without learning, if I will try to memorize, I will be in trouble.
So this time the sample paper has been released for our batch, and it's being said that the paper difficulty level of paper is being increased.
Don't worry, that everything continues. You see that you have to prepare, but what is happening, what is not happening is not in our hands. We are not going to think what they will give, what they don't give. We have to learn the subject which we are taking. That's our problem. Our preparation, what is our preparation? Tell me. If we are not prepared, what good or what bad or what hard or what.
Yes, sir.
So these things are not going to affect us. They are affecting students who are not working. They are always in doubt. No problems. Let them do whatever they want. I can't stop them what they want to do. You can't stop. But you can prepare well. That is the only thing you can do. You do it. So after this, you are saying absence of d orbital is there. Absence of d orbital is there. One more interesting thing which you have seen in the case of the compounds of the oxygen is that oxygen can form hydrogen bond is very important.
Hydrogen bonds. Yes, sir.
How many elements can form hydrogen bond? You know, oxygen
Oxygen.
if oxygen is with hydrogen, if oxygen is with hydrogen, this is strongly electronegative, so it will pull the electron toward itself. You are saying it become negative, it becomes positive, so that makes the what is called hydrogen bonding possible, and the nature of the compound will change. This important property, important property. In fact, the existence of life is based on this. Water is a liquid. This question was asked in many classes, and H2S is a gas. This question has been asked so many times, and that is the basis of the human life. What is the basis of human life? Hydrogen bonding. If this is story, if hydrogen bonding is not there, the water will evaporate. And if water will evaporate, what life will be there? Zero. Nothing. Water is present inside your body cells also. 70% of your water. All this, everything, the science is so beautiful. I mean, that makes the life possible. Everything is so balanced. Something literally unbalanced is creating now difficulties. They are saying pollution level in Delhi is increasing. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Why? Now what has happened? Last year the schools were shut down because of that. So ppm level goes beyond a particular IQ limit, then the trouble starts. These are parts per million, composition what we are talking about. And those particles, dust particles, carbon particles, and they will infect your lungs badly. So once the nature is disturbed, the balances are there. So many cycles are there in the atmosphere. Everything is for the life. If we disturb it, then we will be killed. It has happened few times in the history of the man. Mass extinctions have happened. And Corona was also going to do mass extinction, but because of the science knowledge, it has been controlled. Otherwise, it would have caused another mass extinction on the universe. If we had no medical treatment, if we have nothing, if we have no knowledge, what would happen? This will spread to communities, and from communities, it will spread to every person. Then how many will survive? Tell me. So it is due to the scientific knowledge. Okay, that is what we are saying. This is the story of the oxygen, which is different. And you know that oxygen is a diatomic gas. What are the properties which we see in the oxygen? O2 is Diatomic gas, whereas others are polyatomic.
Yes, sir.
Properties difference you will see. Others are polyatomic.
Polyatomic.
So what you're saying, sulfur, you know sulfur, how is S8?
S8.
So they are also existing as, I mean, atomicity more than 2, 8 or something like that, allotropes. And solid, they become solid. Why? Oxygen, this question is given in the paper. Oxygen is gas, sulfur is a solid. Why? Explain. This question was asked in the paper. Why? What is the answer? Questions are inorganic means question and you give some reason to explain it.
Sir, because oxygen has weak van der Waals forces, because of which it exists as a diatomic gas,
Sulfur
whereas
is a atomicity is how much?
2. Sulfur is 8.
Then it is a big molecule. Van der Waals force of attraction will be very high in this.
Sir, it will have a very high covalent
High
bond.
van der Waals force of attraction, it is nothing is covalent here between these
Okay.
sulfur molecules, sulfur atoms. Sulfur is 8. Between these sulfur particles as 8, they will have very large mass. So what will happen? The attractive van der Waals force will be very large in sulfur as compared to oxygen. That's all.
Okay.
Which force I'm talking of? Van der Waals.
Van der Waals forces.
There are certain things which they are looking for in the paper. Here, the van der Waals, because you see the molecular mass has become very large. As 8, how much? As as 8 means what? 32 into 8. 32 into 8. So what is the story? Van der Waals force depends on the molar mass. It's very high. So van der Waals attractive force is large here. Van der Waals forces are always attractive. We have learned in 11th class. That is the difference here. Further, they said oxygen is paramagnetic. How will you explain the paramagnetic behavior of oxygen? What is the atomic number of oxygen? 8.
8.
And 8 plus 8 is how many? 16 electrons.
Hmm.
There is no odd electron, but still it is paramagnetic. I told you if there are odd electrons like NO, what will happen? If I say NO, you said how many electron? 5 plus 4, 9. You say there is odd electron. So it should be paramagnetic. It was. But here there is no odd electron. And this has been explained by how we explained this.
Sir, this is because um,
It has unpaired
the
electrons in the anti-bonding orbitals.
yes, sir,
Molecular
the
orbital
atomic orbitals of
theory.
oxygen.
Molecular orbital theory was taught to
Theory.
you in 11th class students.
Yes, sir.
That explained that there are two unpaired electrons in O2. Other theories could not explain it. Question, we have to see what is the question before we answer anything. Because there are certain things, what we are trying to do till now, what I am teaching you, I mean, everything is in the book. I am only trying to tell you, okay, here is a question, here is the answer. That is inorganic. We have to give a valid answer. Concepts should be clear based on certain basic concepts. These are the experimental facts which we are explaining. What is existing, we are explaining. I'm not making anything. Yeah, all the inorganic will go like that. And it becomes scoring for those who understand it. Those who do not understand, they will not be able to answer even one question. I can't do mugging. That's what I'm saying again and again to the students. Here I have to understand everything. I have to give an answer. But it is scoring, and you get 4 marks in the medical if you give the right answer. So you know what you are doing. If you don't understand what answer, you will give nothing. Okay, then we see what are the various trends, what are the various exceptions, what are the various experimental informations which are available We must be able to explain them. There are different theories, different ways of doing that, but we can't make things ourselves. All right. So this we have understood. Let me get some board for me, and we will see. You will once you learn it, it is very easy. That's what I'm saying. If you don't learn it, it is very difficult. Because there were three students, they are answering, sir, I guess that the answer is this. Let me tell you. I said, what do you mean by guess? Where is the guess here? Can I guess the answer in the exam?
No, sir.
What
No,
is the
sir.
meaning of a guess? I could not understand. There are three children who were telling me, sir, I guess the answer is this. I said, you don't give the answer to me if you are guessing, because it will never be right answer. Now we are coming to the next important group 16 compounds. Group 16 important. P block is very important, and students have always told me, sir, a group of students told me they don't want to do P block because it is very difficult. They don't understand anything in the NCRT book. That's what they said. We will like to leave this topic. And this carries lot of marks. I'm telling them it's not difficult topic. It is not difficult topic. It looks like that in the book when you open the book. Oh. Structures when they see, oh, what a difficult structure. Oxo acid of sulfur, oh, oxo acid of phosphorus. Oh, how what will we do in the paper? It is very difficult to remember the structures. I said you don't have to remember, you have to learn these structures, students. Now I'm talking of the reactivity with hydrogen. Reactivity with hydrogen. Every table, every graph which is given in the book, students, becomes an important question for the paper. Students leave them because they don't want to spend time on these tables, and the result is they do not answer the questions in the paper. So when I am having oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium is radioactive, I may not consider it. So when I am going to react with the hydrogen, what they will form, tell me what type of compounds they form. We are saying they are forming hydrides. These are known as hydrides. And what is, you know that E2O, you are aware of H2O, H2S, H2SE, H2TE. So we are aware of these, and what type of properties we have studied in the case of group 15, because I said that one question is coming on hydrides of group 15. You can see any paper, previous paper, you will see one question. So here again, what properties we are studying, what properties we are studying. The most important thing for us will be first to see that uh, what is this bond length. What is it? What is the distance in picometer? What is this bond distance in picometer?
HO
Where is this HO is how much picometer?
96.
Okay, this is 96. This is increasing. This is increasing. This is increasing. So what is
Increasing.
the result? Bond distance is
Is
increasing.
increasing.
So question, first question before me comes. Why it is increasing?
Sir, because as we go down the group, the size of the atomic size of the elements is increasing.
Okay,
So bond distance is also increasing.
atomic size increases. Therefore, bond distance or bond length increases. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question 1. Question 2. What is the bond angle? What bond angle we are talking about? See, you have HOH, you have HSH, you have HSEH, and you have HTEH. What is happening to the bond angles? Here it is
Sir, bond angle is decreasing.
192. Almost they are almost same. 91.
After H2S, it is almost same.
Yeah, they are almost, there's not much, so it's not going to be asked. When some change is very little, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Only when the change is large, that is the point. Here, this bond angle is 104 and this is 92. What is the reason then? Okay, what is the reason the bond angle of water is 104 and this is our degree and this is 92 degree now? The question is there. That's all. Nobody is asking this question. What is the reason then? Why? Yeah. Once you learn it, you will never forget it. And we will be able to answer the question very easily in the exam. What is the Lewis structure of what is in the water? Tell me what is the hybridization in water?
Sir, it will bond angle of hydrides is decreasing
I go to the
because
basic thing. What is the hybridization of oxygen in H2O? Okay, chalo. This question is asked first. Or this element E, if this is the element E. What is the hybridization of these elements?
sir, sp3.
sp3. But then how many, if I draw the Lewis structure, what is there? There are two lone pairs of electrons. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Can you see that? And they are everywhere. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It will be there or not?
Yes, sir.
Then why this bond angle is more? Why this bond angle is more? What are the
Sir,
attractive or repulsive forces? What is happening? Where are the repulsions? Where are the repulsions? Which are they?
sir, bond pair repulsion decreases.
These are lone pair repulsions, which instead of 109, you got 104. Lone pair repulsion.
Yeah.
But what happened? Hydrogen is the smallest. OH
Yes,
is the
sir.
smallest in size.
Yes, sir.
O is smaller than sulfur. O is smaller than sulfur. Yes or no? I'm comparing this and this. Oxygen is smaller, very small in size as compared to
Yes, sir.
sulfur. So this bond will be the shortest. Which one? OH bond. OH bond is the
Okay.
shortest. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, this bond pair repulsion will be more here. Which bond pair repulsion? OH bond pair repulsion.
OH bond pair.
There are two. This repulsion will be more than this bond length is longer. Sulfur is larger. Therefore, you see the difference here. 92 and you are getting 104. So there is a difference of 12 degree. This is a large increase, but there is not much to be worked here. What my point? To explain anything, we have to find out what property, what thing, what we can use. Once we start using, we will use the same things in every group. similar situation, similar concepts can be applied, then it becomes easier for us to answer questions which we even not have read in the paper. This answer okay?
Yes, sir.
Bond angle. Then question 3, what is that? What is that? This is the dissociation enthalpy. Delta dissociation. What is that? Delta dissociation enthalpy. Enthalpy required to break the bond. How it is if I go from OH,
Sir, it is decreasing.
SH, SEH, HBE. It is decreasing. It is decreasing. Why it is decreasing? Why is it decreasing?
Sir, because down the group bond length increases and larger the bond length, it is easier to break it.
Okay. Inversely proportional to bond length. LMGTH. Okay. All right. So we can write in the paper. It is inversely proportional to the bond length. That answers our question. So, what about their reducing character? Okay, let me make some space. All right. Tell me, what
Uh,
about the question number 4? Reducing character. Which is the most reducing?
Sir,
Hydride.
among hydrides, H2TE
Hmm.
is the most reducing. H2TE is the most reducing because, sir, as we go down the group, bond dissociation enthalpy decreases, so it is easier to release the proton, and hence elements reducing tendency also increases
HTO bond dissociation enthalpy is
because the size is increasing down the group.
enthalpy lowest. This question was given in the paper.
Okay.
This has been asked that how, which has the most reducing. Water is not that, has not much anything to do with reducing, but this has the weakest bond, longest bond length. Therefore, the reducing character can be explained on this basis. The question could be given in any way. Nobody stops them. That is our point. But once we know it, why the reason is known to us, then we will not forget. Okay. Now we are coming to the melting points. Melting point. Student, what is happening? What is the story of the melting points which are given in the experimental facts given in the book? What is that melting point in Kelvin?
10 meg
188, 208, 220. देखो, for this H2S, H2S is a, what I have, trend, H2S is less than, H2SE is less than H2TE. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
And we H2O should be less, but what you have, this is the highest,
Yes, sir.
so the trend is like this. You know what the type of question was given in the paper? They gave four arrangements of the melting points. They gave four and asked them which is the correct answer. Now there was confusion here because I can change these here, here, here. So four choices were given. Which of the order is correct? Now the question is simply to explain everything. This is up to now there is no problem, but only problem is this water. Why? Why the melting point of water is exceptionally high?
Sir,
Exception,
because of hydrogen bonding.
exceptionally high. There is nothing else. And other in this is the case of the hydrogen bonding, and what is happening here as the size is increasing, as the size is increasing, what is happening? With increase in size, melting point is increasing. What is increasing? Size of element
Size of elements.
increases, melting point increases. Exception,
Water.
water, because of the
Hydrogen bonding.
intermolecular hydrogen bond. Some whatever property we are learning, they will show their results in their properties. Such questions are very common in MCQ, where certain orders are changed in many ways. So they put four choices and ask you to write what is the correct order. Order. Order, you can put water here, I can put this, I can change it. So sometimes it becomes difficult for students if they don't understand why it is changing. Everything has a why which has to be answered what we are trying to do. The last property I see here is boiling point. What I'm talking is not a boiling point. And what is happening to the boiling point? Water has exceptionally high boiling point.
High boiling point.
Rest, what is the same thing?
Yes, it is
213,
increasing.
232, 269. So what is the order? What is the order of the boiling point?
Least is H2S, then
H2S is less
H2SE,
than,
H2SE,
and then,
H2TE, and then H2O.
and H2. Again, the same reason we are
Same
giving
reason. Yes, sir.
high boiling point of the water. High boiling point of the water is the reason for this answer. Most, you can see that what is one more thing has been given. What is this delta FH? What is delta FH?
Sir, enthalpy of formation.
Enthalpy of formation. What is enthalpy of formation? What is everything to be gone to the fundamental thing? What is enthalpy? What is the use of that? We'll see. Something is very important here. Question 6. What is written? Delta F H, enthalpy of formation in kilojoules. Always these are given in kilojoules per mole. Students, you have seen 11th class, we have studied all this.
Yes, sir.
But we never give attention. We don't know what is this. Student don't know what is this. Student are just even knowing, don't even know the units of this. I'm not writing kilojoule per mole. I am saying what is important about water. See how much is for water?
Minus 286.
Minus 286. What is the meaning? Okay, now I'm asking what it means to you. What it means to you. What it means to you. Something is very important. See, the, unless we pay attention to the things, I can leave it and say, okay, you know, in a large number of students said ki course has been finished, but we don't know anything about this because they say NCRT table is given. Okay, hey, tell me what do they understand in this? Zero. What answer they will give? They don't have. They don't even know what is it written here. What is the meaning of these things? Yeah, what chemistry we are doing then? My job is to decode the entire chemistry of 11, 12, BSc and MSc also I'm decoding. So what I do, I don't know anything, but I try to concentrate and focus and try to find the reason. I think students, unless you think you are nothing in this world. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
So what I will do, I can read a book and say it's over, but then I don't know anything after that. It's all over. But if I can think, I at least I know. Oh my God, I would understand the thing. Here you can see that when bonds are formed, energy is released.
Yes, sir.
What energy? OH bond will be formed. A lot of energy is released.
286. Yes, sir.
How much you are able to release? 286 kilojoule per mole in the formation of H2O. It's a very large thing. You know, if hydrogen and oxygen will react and to form water, this will be a very exothermic reaction,
Okay.
highly explosive reaction. Can't believe it, so much energy is released. But it doesn't happen under normal conditions that you already know about it. In the presence of a catalyst, you know, they will
Yes, sir.
explode. How much energy you know fuel cell?
Yes, sir.
What was happening in fuel cell? Tell me where the energy was coming from. What was formed in the fuel cell? Tell me now. Why I said it is important. What was the what you are using in fuel cell? Tell me electrochemistry. I said that question is coming. It was used by astronauts also in the first time. What is the fuel cell? What you used in fuel cells? What the fuels you are using in cell? Fuel cell mean fuel. Fuel. What fuel you are used? Forgotten or you know? What fuels
Sir,
were
yes.
used in fuel cell?
Sir, fuel hydrogen.
Only hydrogen you used in fuel cell. That means you have forgotten everything. Fuel cell, okay, you can revise it later on. So in fuel cell, I used hydrogen and oxygen.
Oxygen also. Yes,
And
sir.
water was produced, which were drinking by the astronauts. And you can see why, because when water will be formed, OH bond will be formed, large amount of energy will be released. See, it is a very exothermic reaction. Exonoric reaction, lot of heat will be evolved, student, lot of energy is there. That is what was used in fuel cell, energy of the production of water. So you see that story here. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And last you can see that these are values here in -20. So here is the important point. That is why we used formation of water from hydrogen and oxygen gas to form water is a it was used in the fuel cells. A lot of energy will be released when OH bonds will be formed. When OH bonds will be formed. This is the story of the chemistry. That is how we learn it, how we know what, I mean, where is the energy coming from, where the energy is going for student. Chemical reactions are source of the energy. All the chemical reactions you are using for your batteries and all the cells which you are using. Okay, then we are ending up this chapter here. I hope you must have understood large number of questions which we are
Yes,
talking
sir.
and got certain things how to learn inorganic chemistry, how to answer questions in inorganic chemistry. It is not cramming, it is learning and understanding the basic ideas. All right, then good good evening, and we will see you in our next class. Keep on
Yes, sir.
interacting and thinking so that our sessions will become very interesting and we will learn some lot of things. Lot of mysteries will be unfolded and the NCRT book will be decoded, and then it becomes easier for us to answer large number of questions, which is what all science is about and what chemistry is about. Students ignore the things and they do not pay attention. Therefore, they will not be able to understand. And if we pay attention, we will learn more. That's all. I thank you very much for interacting in a very good way. So
Thank you, sir.
once those videos will come, they will come to you also, and you can share it with your friends so that they know where
Yes,
you
sir.
are. Let them know where you are, what type of answers you are giving, uh, how you learn chemistry. Let them know it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.